So I've been in this entire productivity bubble for the last 2 years, I'd say. And right now I want to break this entire thing down to you. Why most of the advice you get, not only from productivity, but on the internet mainly, is complete nonsense. And why I think the philosophy of less is more applies to most things in life if you want to get good at the stuff you're doing. So, if you haven't met yet, let me quickly introduce myself to give you a little bit of credibility why I'm a person that knows what they're talking about. So, my name is Fabian Werner. I'm a student at the University of Applied Sciences Würzburg-Schweinfurt, where I'm probably recognized as one of the top 20% of students. I'm studying for a bachelor's degree in e-commerce. I have 5 years of experience in business because I've started 3 businesses on my own so far. The first business I started was a e-commerce online store where I sold archive fashion pieces to people around the globe. My second business was a productized service agency where I helped businesses streamline their workflows, mainly with a software called Notion. And the third business is my current business, which you're watching right now, because this business is all about teaching you everything I've learned along the way, making all of my learnings available to you through this free content online, and being fully transparent about everything I learn, everything I achieve, all of that fancy stuff. And here is a big learning. This is what all of this video is about. Being less is more. It's cheesy, it's simple advice, but it actually applies to most things in life. So on my smartphone, I have made and jotted down a couple of bullet points where I think this applies. So less is more is originally from the Bauhaus movement, which is all about minimalism and simplification. So I want to give you a quick example because I started to getting into this educational YouTube space over the niche of productivity. If you don't know what productivity is, it's essentially when you want to become productive, you want to get more work done in less or the same amount of time. And there are tons of ways to optimize your life, at least to these productivity content creators or books or whatever. And most of them actually applies or is like valid, but everybody should evaluate and test it for themselves if it's actually working for them. And this is just my personal learning from all of that, but my personal learning is that you don't need all of that stuff to be actually productive, because being productive is about doing less, not more. So let me give you a couple of examples. You don't need a morning routine. You don't need any routine. You don't need an evening routine. You don't need to journal. You don't need to have a bullet journal. You don't need to track your mood. You don't need to have set some random goals. You don't need to get some limits in or track your habits or whatever. Less is more. So for example, I want to talk you through me from 1 year ago. Me 1 year ago, I was a person that was fully invested in this entire productivity niche and this like routine stuff. So I'm only productive if I have this routine nailed in, and if I follow through on it every single day, then I am productive. Fun fact, turns out right now in a state where I have no routines, no rules, no goals, no things externally set up for myself, I get more stuff done than ever before, and it's absolutely mind-blowing. Meaning, once I've started to ignore all of that noise and focus on the signal, I was able to hear the signal itself for the first time ever in my life, which is absolutely mind-blowing to me and the reason why I'm making this video. So back to the example. I installed the perfect morning routine. It consisted of at least 1.5 hours of me doing a lot of stuff. So first I would wake up, then I need to make my bed, then I need to do my contact lenses, then I need to do my entire skincare routine, so a subroutine in the routine itself, then I would meditate, then I would write about like my morning journal, what I dreamed about, what my like gratitude things are for the day, what I want to do in this day, how I want to change, how I want to be to or behave when I'm around other people. Then I would spend an eternity making a breakfast, or I would even go for a run and then hit the shower and then maybe do some more skincare or whatever. And well, once I got to my desk to actually start getting work done, already 2 hours flew by. So I had to counteract that by waking up even earlier in the morning to be able to maybe start work at 8 a.m. Because if I would like wake up at 8 a.m. and do my morning routine, I would be able to get my work done at 10 a.m. earliest. So I set out to wake up at maybe try 6 a.m. or 5 a.m. I even went so far to trying to wake up at 3 a.m. I have a video on that, my 3 a.m. morning routine. Please watch it and destroy me in the comments. My old me back then was experimental. At least I've learned something from that. So I'm now very proud of myself that I'm able to make a video like this, smashing all of the old habits I've had. Because of course you have to go to bed early as well. And when you were not consistent like me with that, you would only get 4 to 5 hours of sleep, and being sleep deprived does not make you productive. If you don't believe me, then read the book Why You Sleep by Matthew Walker. It will change your mind on sleep. It essentially says that you need 7 to 8 hours of sleep every single night. You need it. No excuses. And yeah, so this was extremely stupid. And now my morning routine is the following. I sleep until I naturally wake up. This works for me. Disclaimer, it works for me. I've tried it out and it works. I sleep until I naturally wake up. I sit at my desk and I start working. How's that for a morning routine? Well, it works. I get work done 5 minutes after I woke up and not 2.5 hours later, which means there is no need for me to ever wake up at crazy times like 3 a.m. ever again. And the same goes for I cut out all of this other stuff. I have not set myself some goals. I do not track my mood. I don't have a habit tracker installed. I don't write down grocery lists. I don't set myself goals or limits. I want to read 30 minutes today. I do whatever I feel like, and if I actually do the thing, I get done more than I would ever do elsewhere. And one thing that no person can actually sell me into is that you are 100% consistent with all of the stuff you're doing on a daily basis. Nobody is always reading those 30 minutes every single day. We simply don't, because we are humans, and not being 100% consistent is just human. The entire challenge just is, or the rule I keep in the back of my mind is to don't miss twice. So skipping a day is great, but never skip 2 days in a row. 1 day is fine, don't skip 2. So if you would have the goal of reading more, then just read. Don't track it. Don't set yourself some time zone where you want to read. If you feel like reading more, then grab a book and start reading. It will save you so much time and mental capacity. Just read. And if you want to get really consistent with it, then read over and over again whenever you feel like it, because then you become passionate about it. And please read what you love until you love to read. So there is no right or wrong thing to read. Read what you love until you love to read. And then you will naturally fall in love with it. You will have become a passionate person about reading. You will identify as a person who reads, and then you will build this habit intrinsically of reading on a consistent basis. And if you have a phase like I'm having right now, I love to read, but for the last 3 months, I have not read for a single day. Well, so be it. But instead of that, I fell in love with creating more content than ever before, so I'm able now to upload one of these videos every single day. It's just phases. Life works in these rhythms and repeating cycles that occur over and over again. And if you're not in your reading cycle, for example, like I am right now, then maybe you are in a content creation cycle. So this is what applies to me. Your cycles are of course different. But the key learning from this video is try to do less, because actually by doing less, you will be able to accomplish more. So start cutting out trim out all of the fat, do all of these stuff that just wastes time, and kick it in the bin. Avoid all of that unnecessary stuff. I think about another example. So I kicked out the entire skincare routine. I just use either water and my hand or like some small piece of cloth, clean my face, and it works. Great skincare. I don't use any other products. The same goes for all of those supplement stuff. I don't supplement anything, just eat healthy and a lot of different stuff that is healthy, and like you don't need to supplement anything. I keep it very simple. You don't even need to buy most of the stuff people want you to buy. It's just, you don't even need shampoo. If you want to wash your hair, you can just do it with water and then make it dry. So these are all of those examples that I have written down on my phone, which I've changed since then. So the key example I have wrote down here is one focus at a time, which is essentially everything. So the only habit you should develop if you want to get forward and move forward quicker is that you set yourself one focus per day and do the thing you want to do and just aspire to by setting this focus. So for example, if my focus would be, I want to record so many videos until my camera dies because the battery runs out, this is your focus for the day. And you won't, and that's the way I do it, you don't want to allow yourself to do anything else until this condition is true. So only when I have recorded 7 videos, say, because then I know that my camera battery dies after like, let's say 2.5 hours of recording, then I'm able to get breakfast. Then I'm allowed to shower. Then I'm allowed to check a social media platform of my choice, whatever. And you can also stack them, of course. And only if I have then uploaded all of these videos to my PC and started editing all of them, only then I can do X, Y, Z. And only if I've uploaded them to YouTube, only then I can do X, Y, Z. So you can also stack this and you will see how much stuff you get done in a day. So for example, me yesterday, I have recorded 14 videos, I have edited 14 videos, I've uploaded 14 videos, and I've designed thumbnails, and I came up with titles for 14 videos, and I have scheduled their release date. So I essentially produced a half month of worth of content, or at least 2 weeks worth of content of daily long form healthy uploaded videos in a matter of one work day, 8 hours, 8 to 12 hours of work. Tell me how you want to get more productive than that. If you would say that you would schedule out these videos in a weekly basis, well, you would have content for the next 3 months in the work of a day. So just imagine putting your mind to it if you would do this thing over and over again on the same thing, which would allow you to get better at the thing itself every iteration. So imagine yourself recording 14 videos every single day for the next 5 years. How good would the 10,000th video be in comparison to the first one? It's just crazy if you put your mind to it. And most people don't do it. They either quit because they are afraid that they can do it, or they never even start, which is even worse. So just do the thing. As always, the simplest advice, the best. Do less but better. Don't try to do and get good at 1,000 different things at once. Another example is, don't try to get good at 5 social media platforms at once. Pick one and then master this platform. And don't move on until you are truly a top creator on said platform. For me, it is YouTube. So I am all in on YouTube right now. I'm all in on long form content. And this is why I'm creating so much of it, to get better, to train myself, to make each and every video that I produce 1% better than the video before. All right, so just remember, less is more. Do what matters and then do more of it. Do the stuff that actually moves the needle forward and do more of it. Create more videos. Go for more runs or longer runs. I don't know. Write more sales emails. Do more cold calls. Do more of the stuff that actually drives your business or your passion or whatever you're doing forward. Okay, with that being said, if you have learned something from this video, I highly recommend you check out my newsletter in the description down below, because this is the place where I teach all of my subscribers everything I learn. I teach them about all of my successes, all of my failures. I open source all of the numbers of my business. So pretty much I open source my business. I make it fully transparent, and I make myself fully transparent to show you that it's definitely possible what I'm doing. So if you've watched until this point, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.